Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Schneider. Welcome to the Song Club.
I knew it was a bad idea to meet you here, my dear. 'Cause now that I've done it.
Once again, back. And when I say once again, I mean I'm back because I skipped a month. Because, I don't know, I got busy and also, who knows? Maybe I got a little disgruntled. Disgruntled's not the word. Depressed, maybe? I don't know. Plus, I was super busy. I had a bunch of stuff going on, and I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to do it this month. Well, first I was going to do it a week late, and then I was like, who cares? And I know that there's 47 people that care, so I guess I'm doing it for the 47. Kind of like the 300. That Zack Snyder banger. So I'm doing it for the 47, so this one's for you guys. And I guess all of them are. I mean, there's 47 plus. I'm not sure about that exact number, but it feels right. So anyways, this is a double. If you're tuning into this podcast, you're tuning into maybe the best one I've ever done because it's double the fun because I'm going to be talking about last month's songs from the Song Club and this month's songs from the Song Club. Now, if you just stumbled across this like a goddamn podcast, like a pilgrim or pioneer, man, my lips look so red right now. They're like the reddest lips I've ever had, and my cheeks look rosy. I have a glow. Anyways, if you're not watching this on YouTube, if you're not subscribing and watching this on YouTube, maybe you're driving. And even if you're driving, you probably shouldn't be watching this. But anyways, I got off track. But yeah, this is twice the number of songs this month. So that's going to be fun. Is it going to be twice the length? Hell no. I'm keeping this shit tight and right the way God intended podcasts to be kept. So it'll still clock in right at about an hour, but I'm going to get to the meat of the issue very quickly. Now, like I said, if you just stumbled upon this because you're just out there randomly, searching through the 4 or 5 podcasts that exist in the world, and you're like, oh, let me check out this Bob Schneider Song Club, and you're like, what songs are you talking about, Bobby? Well, if you go to patreon.com/Bob Schneider, you can join my Patreon today, and you can get all the songs that you're going to hear in the Song Club podcast each and every month. You get 8 songs a month. You also get some extra stuff if you sign in at a bigger, more baller, more BDE level. But that's up to you. Whatever you feel like you can afford or want people to think you can afford, do that. So let's get right into it. It's October, and I guess it's the spookiest month of the year. I started watching a movie called Witch last night, which I'd never seen, but some people had told me it's pretty good. And Jesus, right away this witch steals a baby and then cuts it up and then mashes it into a paste and then covers her body. And I was just like, this is some scary, creepy crap. But it also reminded me of a story that I read to my 7-year-old daughter recently called Hansel and Gretel. And it's the same witch, I guess, from the Hansel and Gretel books that was cutting up this baby and mashing it into a paste. Except the only difference between this witch and the witch in the Hansel and Gretel book is the witch in the Hansel and Gretel book was feeding Hans, I call him Hans, to get him all fat so that she could eat him. So not mash him into a paste, not cover her body with his detritus. I know some of you are like, I didn't know Bob was a fucking super genius. But yeah, did he just say detrilia and then corrected himself and said detritus? Give me a dictionary immediately. because I'm listening to the Song Club. Anyways, yeah, she just eats children. And by the way, horrible parenting in that Hansel and Gretel book. Now, obviously, I read that book. I was familiar with it from my childhood. But before you have kids coming to harm before you have kids is sort of an abstract concept that really you could take or leave. For instance, they used to have these ads on TV about African kids starving, and they would show these kids laying on the ground, belly full, but they hungry, with flies on their eyes. And I would watch that and I'd be like, ooh, that's weird and strange. But it didn't mean anything. And then when I had a kid, I would think about that. I don't think I've watched TV since I've had a kid, or at least not TV where they show commercials. But now when I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, that's actually someone's child. Someone had that baby, brought it into the world, and now that baby is dying of hunger and it's got a fly in its eye. Holy fuck. It was like a completely different thing. So, cut to a couple weeks ago, and I'm in Half Price Books. Shout out to Half Price Books. Give me the money. I was in Half Price Books, and I bought this old golden book, Hansel and Gretel. Had some cool illustrations, reminded me of the 70s. Got it, brought it home. That night, I'm like, ooh, let me read you this story. First of all, it starts out, these people are broke. Okay, if you're broke, don't have 2 kids. Don't have any kids if you're too broke to feed anybody. Rule number 1, these knuckle fucks immediately have 2 kids. Mom dies, and then dude marries some real piece of shit. And she's like, hey, we don't have enough food for you and me, mainly me. So let's take your children who don't eat anything but crumbs into the forest to die. All right, already, the guy should have just immediately punched her in the face and told her to get the fuck out of his house. If my wife, who's the stepdaughter of my son and the real mom of my child, the newest one, was like, hey, we don't got enough money to buy some blueberry strudel muffins at the H-E-B. Let's take the children out into the greenbelt and let them die? I mean, call me crazy, but I think that's game over for that relationship. Anyways, this motherfucker in the Hansel and Gretel books is like, okay. I'm telling you, I was so furious. And I'm telling my daughter as I'm reading, I'm like, hey, this dude is not a good father. And this lady is evil. And he's dumb and horrible, and she's evil and horrible. Just letting you know, this is not cool. Like, nobody told me that. They just read it to me when I was a kid. Like, everything's cool. What the fuck? No wonder I had to use drugs and alcohol to get through a day. They're just reading me the unabridged version of Hansel and Gretel. I'm reading the new version where I'm like, hey, this is fucked up. Anyways, they take these kids out into the damn fucking forest. By the way, I was just in Europe and went walking in a forest. You don't want to go into the forest. If you go into the forest, that's game over. As soon as you turn around to see what that sound was behind you, you don't know where you are anymore and you're lost forever. By the way, this is pre-7-Elevens. This is like, who knows, pre-electricity, pre-GPS, pre-phones, pre-toilet paper, pre-statutory rape, I guess, I'm sure. I think back in the day, anything goes. Drugs, no problem. Nothing was outlawed back in those days. Maybe stealing a horse, maybe killing a man. Anyways, they take these kids out into the forest, and Home Slice drops some breadcrumbs along the way because I guess they had enough bread to fucking drop breadcrumbs, but not enough to feed these kids to murder them. I know this is a long story. Stick with me. I know you've heard it, but just stick with me for a second. I know some of you are like, what else have we got in the podcast sphere? What other shows do we have maybe that might be less boring than this bullshit about Hansel and Gretel? But stick with me for a minute. We're going to get to the songs. Trust. This is the song club. It's not just me talking about how fucked up these Brother Grimm stories are. Anyways, they somehow find their way back because they drop some breadcrumbs. Also, the guy's a master tracker, Hansel, which is amazing. Like, he's going to be like... By the way, after this PTSD shit of their parents dropping them off, they're fucked forever. Relationships? Forget it. Kaput. Hansel is going to be looking for somebody that's trying to murder him in all his relationship. He's fucked. Gretel, I mean, she's the chick that they based Jenny off of in fucking Forrest Gump. They're both fucked. Anyways, even if they live, their lives are misery. Anyways, they make it back. This fucking stepmom is fucking furious. She's like, what the fuck are these dickheads doing back here? They're supposed to be murdered by me and you. So they take him out again, and this time... Oh, maybe the first time they had rocks. Anyways, the second time they had a piece of bread or something, and then they left breadcrumbs, and then forest creatures ate the breadcrumbs. Now they're fucked. Now they're out in the forest. Come across some old-ass fucking weird candy house. Which, if you're a kid, that's cool. If you're an adult, obviously that's a red flag. But they're kids, so they're like, let's check this place out. Also hungry. Also, let's eat this house. Also, old lady, nan or whatever. Who knows what the grandparent situation is like on these two fucking original, the dad and the fucking stepmom. Probably monsters. Anyways, I mean, obviously, if their parents are trying to murder them, they don't have very good, stranger danger situational awareness. Anyways, oh shit, did he say situational awareness along with detritus? Get a dictionary, motherfucker. So anyways, maybe not situational awareness. It might not even be a thing. Maybe I got a little carried away with the dictionary. But maybe I don't know, use your phone, whatever. So anyways, they're eating the house. Lady comes along. She's like, hey, what's up? That's my house you're eating. It's like, well, don't make a house out of candy, bitch. She's like, come on in. Immediately tells them she's going to eat them. What? The most evil lady in the world. She eats kids. That's horrible. So she locks up Hansel, and then somehow, because it's the fucking, who knows when this book was written, 1700s, somehow she lets Gretel run around and cook and clean and do the gardening and stuff, but she's not running away. I guess they're in the fucking thick of the forest, so I get it. Where are you going to go? So now she's using her to help around the house and also feeding Hansel to get him fat, to then eat him. At no point does Gretel grab a fucking knife and stab this old bitch or whatever. Like, none of that. But again, who knows how old these kids are. In the book, they look like they're about 8. But who knows in real life? Maybe they're younger. I'm hoping that they're at least 11. 11 makes the story less horrible. If they're like 5 and 6, this story is the most horrible story I've ever read. Can you imagine? Anyways, some shit goes down. They fucking trick this bitch. They murder her. Thank God. So we got one less cannibal walking the earth, one less monster. And then they go home, and something's happened to the stepmom. She's skadooshed. I don't know what happened to her. Doesn't matter. The dad's like super happy to see his kids. They're like, what? No, you go to jail, fuckhead. anyways, the story was horrible. I told Scarlett the same as I was reading it to her. I just let her know along the way what was wrong with the story and how bad it was. And then she just kept saying, but it's made up, Daddy, it's made up. And I go, I know it's made up, but still. She's smarter than me. Anyways, let's listen to the first song. I went to Italy last week. I went to Rome. I'll tell you more about it, but I went to Italy and all I got was this song. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's my favorite one this month. Let's check it out. It's called Burger King in Rome. Let's crank this.
I'm at the Burger King in Rome. 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 The Burger King in Rome.
Oh, that's too much. Shit. Oh. Sorry about the levels. Here we go. Let's do it.
Baby got that Prada bag, she don't give a fuck about anything but magic, bro. She staying up all night. I got a diamond crush, icy finger sippy cup. Can you see this bumper sticker? Then please bitch back up. Gold brick bars on this verse like I'm Nas. When I'm on the floor, I'm a straight up spaz. Can you even say that nowadays, bitch? I'm an artist, I do what I want when I want.
I'm at the Burger King in Rome. 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 I'm at the Burger King in Rome.
Yeah. Whopper.
Damn, that's the banger right there, son. So yeah, there was a Burger King in Rome. We did not actually go to it. I was there with my wife. We did go to McDonald's, which was delicious. The reason we didn't go to, I wanted to go to Burger King, but it was across a busy street, and I didn't want to, this is how lazy I am. I didn't want to cross the street to go. Plus, I also didn't want to go to Burger King while I was in Rome. It felt gross. But when I saw the Burger King, I just started singing, I'm at the Burger King in Rome. Anyways, wrote that song, recorded it. I love the recording. You can have it if you're in the song club. And if you are, look for it. Came out today. Now, if you're listening to this in the future, it came out in the past. But even though the past doesn't exist. But whatever. It's available if you're in the song club. So, by the way, that's what I love about the song club is that you get these songs hot and fresh out of the oven. Normally, with most artists, and with me until just a few years ago, I'd write a song like that and would just sit and get icy cold in the fridge until we went into the studio, and maybe we recorded it, maybe we didn't. A song like that, chances of that being on a studio album are about 0. So that song would never get out into the public or never get into your sweet hands. But now you can fucking download it, put it in your iPhone, and bump down the road to that sweet, sweet Italian banger. I may have to do an album called I Am Italy, because I'm writing so many Italian songs. All right, so that's Burger King in Rome. Let's listen to another, should we just listen to another, this isn't really from this month, but it is a song that I wrote last time I was in Europe. I guess it was last time I was in Europe. I went to my sister-in-law's wedding in Madrid, and everybody was going to Barcelona, but we weren't ever going to go to Barcelona. And so, of course, I wrote a song about Barcelona. And it goes a little something like this. It's called Never in Barcelona. I wrote this on the GarageBand because I didn't have my computer at the time. Let's check it out. I guess I'm just writing travel songs in this song club. Here we go. Never in Barcelona. Already, what? Steve Ray Vaughan? Who's playing that guitar? Apple Loops. That's it. Oh, no, that's me. I mean, forget what I said about Apple Loops. That's me on guitar. Already, I'm like, where's the keg? Already, I'm like, where are the ladies? I don't know. Ladies do like this song, I have to say. It is a bit of a bumper. That's not a word, by the way.
You can hold the sun
Okay.
Still come up short almost every time. Yeah. Only in Madrid, never in Barcelona. Only in Madrid, never in Barcelona. You can let the water fall from the sky.
Rain.
Yeah. Let all the little babies cry.
Nature.
You never tell me anything new.
Huh? My dad.
You always do it the way you used to.
Poop.
But only in Madrid.
I don't know.
Never in
Yeah, that song.
Barcelona.
By the way, that song goes on for a long time.
Only in Madrid.
That song's like straight up
Only in Madrid.
7 minutes long. Because here's what I was doing in Madrid. I went to a museum one day, which was fun, and I loved it. But then the rest of the time, I was hanging out with my wife's family, who are all French, and they're just speaking French. I don't speak a word of French, and so they're just like blah blah blah, like everything's pops and buzzes, and I'm like, oh, I guess I've got 92 hours to kill. So I wrote that song, Never in Barcelona, and I just kept adding verses because I had so much time. But hey, fucking Bob Dylan wrote a song that was 15 minutes long. Is it his best song ever? Debate. Gotta watch out. I'm out here in the country. All right, so that's that song. Let's do another. This is, dude, I'm getting tired. This show is super tight. How long have we been doing it? Oh, 20 minutes. We got another 40 to go. I better get cranking. All right, let's do another song from this month. It's called ARTURIA Software Center. If you're not sure what that is, and you're like, oh, is this a Black Mirror episode song? Kind of. There's a software that I use on my computer made by ARTURIA, and what they do is they emulate all kinds of really famous synthesizers. And so I looked on my computer. This is the most exciting story you're going to hear all day, by the way. I looked at my computer and realized, oh, none of those synthesizers are in my computer. It's because I had updated my computer, but not the thing. So I had to go to the ARTURIA Software Center to update these soft synths. And when I was there, they had a picture of some guy who I describe in the first verse of this song, and he's laughing, and there's this chick that he's talking to, and she's laughing, and I just started writing this song as soon as I saw that picture, and I like the song. Let's check it out. ARTURIA Software Center. Oh, but that's not it. That's a different song. Here we go. Don't worry, I'll edit that out.
Dreads out. I shaved the side of my head. I carved a beard into my face. I wore a plaid like it was 1999. I told a joke to a friend of mine at the ARTURIA Software Center. The ARTURIA Software Center. The ARTURIA Software Center. Somewhere in my mind. You had me laughing for a while. I looked down and I could see the future laid out before us like a pair of pants. And I knew it once, we never stood a chance here at the ARTURIA Software Center.
Sort of, yeah, that's sort of like Black Mirror kind of in a weird way. But again, for me, that's the kind of song I like. Why do I write songs, you ask? Well, because that's the song I want to hear. Like I would love to listen to that song, and nobody's written it yet, so I had to write it. And that's why I do it. Now, some people write songs because they think they're going to make some money, and that's somehow going to make them happy. I mean, I kind of do that as well. I mean, I'm hoping. I like making money. I like being successful, but that's not why I write songs. The only reason I write songs is to do something interesting that I like, period. Now, when I'm done, if it's a song that people like, that's great. But I never approach it like, oh, let me try to write something that people are going to like, because I did that for years in a place called the 90s, and I just wrote a bunch of music I didn't like. Like, if you want to hear some of that music, go listen to a band called Ugly Americans. We got signed. We got a record contract. And that's a whole bunch of music I don't like. I don't like any of it. There's not a single song I enjoy listening to from the Ugly Americans catalog. Now, the second Ugly Americans record was really the Scabs, and so there are some songs on that record that I like, but those only because those are Scabs songs. And Scabs was the same thing as the reason I write songs. The idea with the Scabs was me and my friend Adam Temple started that band on my couch at home while we were making out. Not really. But we would just hang out and laugh and talk about stuff, and we're like, man, we should just make a band where any idea that we have is valid. And that's what we did. We started a band called the Scabs. And that band became very popular, and the more popular it became, the less creative it became, the more it became like sort of a dance band, party band, which is great. We had a really good time, played a lot of wonderful shows. Rock the house. It's always fun to rock the house. But we lost some of that anything goes vibe. And really with songwriting, for me, the important thing is anything goes. There's no rules. It doesn't have to be good. In fact, it's not about good or bad when I'm writing. It's just about doing it and making it interesting, period. And if it's interesting, then continue. And if it's not, don't continue. It's really just, that's all it is. It's sort of like using a divining rod to write a song. And if you feel something, if emotionally you're like, ooh, that's good, then you go towards that. But now, a lot of people are like, what's hot? Let me listen to the radio and see what's hot. Let me see what's hot. And then write a song like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I do every once in a while. Not every once in a while. I'll hear a song and I'm like, oh, I'm going to write a song like that. But again, not because I think it's going to be some big hit on the radio. It's because I like that song and I want to write a song like that to listen to. I mean, I have some Picassos hanging up on my wall. Picasso didn't paint them. I mean, he painted the first one, and then I painted the second one. And the second one's a lot cheaper. And I can listen to it whenever I want. And that's kind of the way I approach songwriting. Anyways, let's listen to another new one. This one's from last month. It's called Onion Marina. Now I have a friend, Anya Marina. She's a very amazingly talented songwriter. She's in the song club right now. And for some reason, I woke up one morning and I just started singing, Anya Marina. I don't know why I was singing that, but I was. And then, so I just went into the studio and wrote this. And I played it. I wrote it, and then I sent it to her. I sent it to the group. She's in the group. And I didn't hear back from her for a couple days, and then finally she texted me back. She's like, oh, my God, I heard your song. I love it. Also, when I was a kid, they called me Onion Marina. Of course they did, because kids are horrible. All right, let's check it out. Onion Marina. Oh, but again, that's not the song. What is going on with my computer? Thanks, Apple. That's the thing. That's this thing right here, by the way.
Anya Marina, she live in the heart of the ocean. She fire in devotion. Got nowhere to be, so she always alone. Anya Marina,
that's what this is.
Got the eyes like the Navy. They're constantly craving. Some say misbehaving, I say no, no. Hey, Rena, she get hot and testy, disregard less. the show, she just smiled through the pain. I knew Marina, got lost in the forest, got a fire with a florist. She's nobody's baby, she's a hard-working girl.
Oh, yeah. Obviously inspired in some part by Ladysmith Black Mambazo. Definitely one of my favorite bands back in the 90s. I used to listen to those guys and the Bulgarian Women's Choir on repeat. And then I actually saw both of those groups, at the Bass Concert Center at UT, and both those shows were so moving. I definitely was crying during the Bulgarian Women's Choir. It's some of the most beautiful music I've ever heard. Ladysmith Black Mambazo was really good, except the main guy who was talking to the audience was like trying to pick up the chicks in the audience. I'm like, nah, dude, just let the music do the talking. You don't need to like announce that you're trying to pick up chicks. It was weird. I mean, it's cool. Like, yeah, pick up chicks for sure. That's part of the deal. But don't announce it on the mic. Just play the music, and then after the show, have sex with all the people that you can. All right, let's listen to another new song. This one's called Back in Arizona. Now, I wasn't back in Arizona. I haven't been to Arizona in a minute, but I love Arizona, and I love playing in Phoenix. I've had some amazing shows. Maybe some of the best shows I've ever had in my life were in Phoenix. A place called the Rhythm Room. Just off the hook. It's like a tight little shitty fucking club, low roof, pack people in there and just fucking not give a fuck and rock the joint. So I have had some wonderful times in Arizona, but I haven't been there in a minute. And lately I've been playing another place whose name I can't think of, and that place is also fun. And something about Arizona, people in Arizona love to party, they love to have a good time and enjoy music. So I love playing there. And hopefully I'll do this song next time I'm there. And obviously it's kind of like a back in the USSR, back in the USA type of vibe. Let's listen to it. New one from Bob Schneider's Song Club. Yeah, I'll just use my own name.
I was lost for a while back in 93. Yeah. I really don't know what got into me. Scared, thought I was losing my mind. Yeah. Now I'm back in Arizona, everything's fine. I got a Secret Service, just give me a call. I got a medical degree.
Do a little extra. Where I was ain't nothing but lawn. Maybe that's the best line in that song. I don't know. Kind of a fun jam. Enjoy it. Enjoyed writing it, and it's fun. It doesn't really make any sense, but it's fun. It's good to write a fun song. I will say this. I have spent a lot of time in my life as a songwriter writing a lot of really sad songs. Now, I think a lot of that had to do with being in shitty relationship after shitty relationship, or, you know, trying to date people I shouldn't be dating and then just having horrible breakups and stuff, or, I don't know, just being bitch, whatever it is. But I mean, I've written so many sad songs, and they're fine. They got their place, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm in a good place. Because of the pandemic, I feel so grateful to be able to play music, to be able to have a career. I don't know what it is, but I'm just not into writing sad songs right now. Now, that might change. I'm sure it'll change. I'm sure at some point I'll want to write some sad shit. But that ain't what I'm doing right now. Right now, I just like to write stuff that's silly or fun or I don't know. I say that, but again, I don't have an agenda when I sit down to write a song, so I just haven't really been moved to write anything sad or listen to anything sad. Like there's some songs, like anytime somebody's like bitching about shit and being all gloomy, I'm like, what are you doing? You're young. You got the whole world by the tail. What? Quit bitching. Now you got songs like Joji's Glimpse of Us. That song is amazing. And he's sad because he misses this chick, but he's also fucking some other chick. So he's not that sad, but he's also missing this chick, so he's writing a sad, kind of a sad song about it. But it's a beautiful song. I don't mind beautiful. I just don't like, come on, quit moping around. Or if you're going to mope around, write a beautiful song and have sex with somebody else while you're missing somebody else. All right. This is a new song, another new song called Mount Gravy. Now, there's a guy that's in my song game. His name's Derek Barr. He joined a couple years ago, and he has written some of the best songs he's written some of the best songs of anybody in 20 years in the group. He's a country guy. He plays with, I think it's John Party. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but he's an incredible guitar player. That's kind of how he's made his living. And then a couple years ago, he decided, I'm just going to start writing songs, and he just started writing just amazing songs. And his song for Mountain Gravy is called Chevrolet, and it has one of the best hooks I've ever heard in a song. I don't know if I'm talking out of turn, but we're in the song club, so whatever. But the hook is, it's something like, I'm paraphrasing, and obviously it's going to sound better with the music. The music's great. If you'll be my Chevrolet, I'll never Chevrolet you go. Anyways, that's the hook. It's one of the best hooks I've ever heard, period, of any song of all time. So Derek Barr, congratulations. When I heard it, me and this other guy who's in the group, we're texting back and forth about how amazing it was, and we just, we got excited. It's a weird thing in the song game. You want to kill it, you want to have a great song, but when somebody writes a good song in the group, I get excited. I feel like I'm jaded and bitter and envious and all that stuff, but man, when I hear a great song, it just makes me feel good to be a human being. Like, I love listening to great inventive, clever, beautiful songs. I don't get angry, I don't get envious, I love it. Now, when I hear some bullshit that's just like whatever, just like a song that's okay, that's fine, that's good, that's when you're going to see me at my worst, because I'm like, fuck that. I don't give a fuck about it. But when it's something amazing, it really does make me feel great to be a human being. All right, let's listen to my Mount Gravy. To tell you the truth, I don't even remember what this song is, but let's listen to it. I think it's actually... it might not be bad. Let's listen to it and see if it's okay. Oh, for the first time, it's like oh yeah, now I remember.
This candle smells like my pussy.
Oops.
This chocolate tastes like my cake.
What?
I haven't paid for my own clothes in ages. Private jets are all I take. I'm living on Mount Gravy. I'm eating crackers and steak. But I get where you're coming from. I can relate. Sure, I made $32 million. that somebody else wrote that makes me sound legit. And now I'm up on Mount Gravy.
All right, I guess that's a song about actors, which is cool. Anyways, it is what it is. There's a candle called "This Candle Smells Like My Vagina." Oh shit! Somebody told a joke at a party and got some laughs and decided to put out a candle. By the way, that candle, one of the best-selling candles of all time. Did I buy it? No. Guess what I don't want? A candle that smells like somebody's pussy. I don't give a fuck. Could be Cleopatra. Smells like the goddamn Nile. Smells like the fucking Vatican. I don't give a fuck. I'm not buying it. Plus, I don't like candles that smell like anything. I like candles that smell. First of all, I don't like candles. Let's just call it what it is. Candles? No. We're living in the 21st century. We have LEDs. Don't need candles. Now, do I have a bunch of candles here in the studio? Yeah, but they're LED. Drop them on the ground. Put them in the crib with the baby. I don't know. Put them in a box of tinder. If you got a box of tinder laying around, guess what won't happen? You won't die in a fire. Anyways, yeah, so I'm not a big candle guy. Let's listen to an old song. So those are all new songs from this month or last month, because I didn't do a song club last month. But, you know, I usually write about one song a week. And so usually each month it's 3 or 4 new songs and then some older songs that I've never released on the song club. And one of them that I've never released is one called The Mummy. Now, this is one of my favorite songs. It's also Halloween coming up, so this would be a great one to play, to put on your Halloween playlist, as it were. Let's check it out. It's called The Mummy. You know, if it's got banjo in it, shit's scary. Also, is that Bones?
Mummy don't say much, his breath don't stink. Ain't got no breath, it's scaring me to death. Ain't got no sandals, ain't got no walking cane. No first class ticket on no aeroplane. Nobody wanna invite him to the party. Sees him at the door, the stairs overloaded. The mummy. The mummy. Mummy's all dead.
The Mummy. Definitely a song that gets played every year right around Halloween by me. There's not a lot of Halloween jams. There's Monster Mash. That's about it. Maybe there's something I'm forgetting. I figured, man, if I just write a solid, you know, Halloween song, I feel like ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-chang, ka-ching, ka-ching, ching, ka-ching-a-ling-a-ling-lang-lang. But so far, no luck. All right, let's listen to another new song. This is a song from last month. I feel like this song's based on 40-Year-Old Virgin. Let's listen to it and find out, shall we? It's called I Like the Ladies, written by Bob Schneider, here on Bob Schneider Song Club, using my name. Using my full name. What? Yep, that's right. Already, this is very European. This is like Greece, I think.
I like the ladies and the ladies like me. Whoa. I like the ladies that work at the Dollar Tree. Whoa. I like the ladies and it might be a shocker. Yeah. I like the ladies and I like to play soccer. Whoa. I like the ladies and I like to run real fast. I like the ladies and I like to get real gas. I like to read books that deal with the past. I like the ladies and I like to kick ass. I like to leave it all out on the field. You wouldn't know it cause I keep my feelings concealed. I read the book, The Unbearable Lightness of Being. I like the ladies and I like what I'm seeing. I like the ladies and I just got out of detox. I got my feelings but I keep them in a black box. I made $1 million, I'm a model for the government. I'm not bragging but my kissing stays a bubble man. Going on the Scots who was scored by Philip Glass. I like the ladies, I'm a sucker for that ass. I like the early work of Sheila E. I like the ladies and the ladies like me.
Oh my God. No, I thought it was based on something else, but that's just basically based on me watching a lot of soccer. I've been watching soccer lately. I've been going to the Austin FC games, and I love it. I love soccer. I love Austin FC. I love Arsenal. That's my premier team. I love Bayern Munich. That's my Bundesliga team. And of course, I like Team USA. We got a good team this year. Hopefully, we'll go real far. Maybe we'll win it. Man, if USA were to win the World Cup, everybody would lose money because nobody's betting on USA except for Bobby Schneeds. Anyways, yeah, that's a song I wrote. Most of the time when I write a song, I just sit down. I have no idea what I'm going to write about, and then I'm just hoping for. I mean, not hoping. I know I'm going to write something. I'll just sit here until some idea pops in my head. But that was a song. I just started singing, I like the ladies and I like to play soccer, because I was watching a women's soccer match. And I know that a lot of the ladies that play women's soccer like the ladies. Not a lot. I don't know what the percentage is, but I'm assuming it's probably higher than your average sorority, or maybe higher than your average, I don't fucking know, whatever group where ladies are at. Maybe the only group that's maybe got a higher one would be women's softball. I don't know. I just have a feeling that there are a higher. Jesus Christ, I'm just like, what am I just making it easy for people to go, what's your problem, bitch, to me. And I get it. So anyways, I'm watching women's soccer, and then I started singing, I like the ladies and I like to play soccer, and that's where that song came from. And it's a fun song. And it makes me laugh when I hear it because it's kind of ridiculous. The song is not women who like to play soccer and like the ladies, which applies to both men and women. And then, of course, there's I like the fellas and I like to play soccer. There's that group. And then there's I like toy people. I like unreal people and I like to play soccer. None of that rolls off the tongue, by the way. All of that's real shitty in terms of writing a song. So I will say, in the last 2 months, this is probably the most songs I've written where I've had an idea, where something popped into my head, and then I went into the studio and started writing it. I was talking to a friend of mine who's got an AA sponsor. His name's Wayne, and he said something like, oh, he doesn't like it, when I complain. And then I just started singing, Wayne, he doesn't like it when I complain, Wayne. And I'm like, oh, that's a song for sure. And so I wrote this song, Wayne. I like the song. It is one of those songs when I play it live, they're like, why are you playing that? Because it's not a dance song. It doesn't really mean anything. I just like it because it's fun. Let's listen to it. You decide what you think. Here we go. Wayne on Bob Schneider Song Club. Let's crank it.
Who doesn't like it when you complain, Wayne?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like it when you're being a pain, Wayne? Who doesn't like to get carried away? Saving money for a rainy day, Wayne. Wayne, Wayne. Who doesn't like it when you say, hey, Wayne? Hay's for horses, that's what he'll say, Wayne. Who got divorced, lost all his friends, not sure where the rainbow ends, Wayne. Wayne, Wayne. But he's walking down Diamond Street with the set in the clouds, listening to the Eagles. He can tell you what they're all about. He's walking down Diamond Street, alone in the dark. His heels on the concrete, throwing off sparks. Wayne, 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 Wayne.
Wayne. Shout out to Wayne. I had a conversation with Wayne one day, and super cool guy, by the way. He's like a lawyer and cool dude. He knows a lot of shit. Oh shit, that song's still playing, but there we go. We got it all in there. I'll just edit that out later. So I'm starting to realize, what do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs left, and I've got 10 minutes. There's no way I'm getting to all those songs. So I'll just do a few of my favorites that are in this group and try to get to as many as I can. The rest of them are all, well, no, there's 2 new ones, but they're not my favorite. There is a song that I wrote a while back called Bottle Whale, and I just like it because it's just ridiculous. It's about a whale that's in a bottle on top of my TV. Let's listen to it. It's called Bottle Whale.
A bottle whale so small and blue. What is to become of you? Should I throw you back into the sea, where you will be so far from me? In the brine and the mire and murk, where all of the monsters lurk. Oh, would you prefer what you see on top of my TV, where you'll be safe and sorry, safe and sorry, safe and sorry, safe and sorry. A bottle well so mysterious, we've got so much to discuss. How did you get to be so huge inside that little bottle? If my hands were him in India, I guess I could just cut them off and send them to you, but they're not. They're filled with blood and holes and bones and junk that I can't pronounce. I'm ready to bounce, I'm ready to change. The weather will change, the weather will change. The weather is changing now.
Yeah, it's like a motion picture set to music about a little tiny miniature whale that's in a bottle on top of my TV. Anyways, it's an old song. That's probably, I think that's from 10 years ago. It says it's from 2012. That may or may not be true, and kind of a fun song. Anyways, it's yours this month on the Song Club. Might have been last month actually. Oh, I think it was. But anyways, you either had it last month or you've got it this month. Either way, it's all yours. It's an embarrassment of riches here at the Song Club. Most songwriters, they write maybe, a couple songs a year. They put out albums that are just filled full of shitty songs with 1 or 2 great songs. But that's not what happens here. They're mostly good. And you get a lot of them. You get 8 a month. And that's the way we do it. We like to give you what you want, which is quality and quantity combined. Not a lot of people do it. We do it. Why? Because we care. Why? Because we have 0 self-esteem. Why? Because we feel like we're going to die if we don't. All right. Another kind of a cool song this month is the original demo for the BRINGDOWN. The BRINGDOWN was a song that was on Perfect Day, I think. I don't know. But this was the original demo. So basically the way these demos work is as I'm writing the song, I'm recording it on my computer. And so lots of times the vocals that you're hearing are, I've either just written it down or sometimes I'm coming up with it on the fly. But there's a lot of energy to the demos that you kind of lose when you go into the studio. When you go in the studio, you know what the song is, you know what you're doing, you're kind of recreating that energy. So sometimes these demos are kind of cool. They're always jankier. They always kind of are closer to whatever the original inspiration was, because you're always kind of, drawing on something that you've heard of in the past. So let's check it out, and then I'll talk about it for a second afterwards. Here's the original demo for the BRINGDOWN. It's pretty close to the album, actually.
Shoot for the shoreline, fall to the hole, much blacker than gold. It's like a whisper, and it makes a sound. Come home, bring the bring down, bring the bring down, baby.
Yeah, the original demo for BRINGDOWN. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, I guess. Anyways, here's another song that's part of either this month's or last month's song club. It's called The Model. I really like this song because I'm playing trumpet on it, and I don't really play trumpet very well at all. But what I did was when I was playing the trumpet on this song, there's this thing called auto-tune, which a lot of people use on their voices, but I put it on the trumpet track. So basically, oh, watch out, Bessie's pissed off. Bessie wants her damn oats. So I put the auto-tune on this trumpet track, and basically if I played a wrong note, which half the time you're going to play a wrong note if you don't know how to play an instrument, it would auto-correct it, and then it would sound like I'd played the correct note. So it's kind of cool. I'm playing the trumpet on here. It sounds good on the track. You know, if you heard it in real life, you're like, ooh, that's a lot of bad notes, son. But let's check it out. It's called The Model. And I'll probably skip ahead to the trumpet solo just so you guys can hear a little bit of it. Here we go. By the way, of course, this is set in Japan. I mean, you knew that when you heard that first piano. By the way, Joji, this sounds like Glimpse of Us. Big time. I don't know if you heard this song when I wrote it, but it's very similar. This song's no joke either. It's like 6 minutes. That's twice as long as it should be. But already, you know, we got a long intro. There's no lyrics yet.
A lover had died, she was all alone.
Oh shit, this is so Japanese.
At Hotel Seiyukinza in Tokyo.
Don't even know if that's a real hotel.
Sky the color of falling rain.
What?
An English sigh, Russian refrain.
She's Russian. Sex trade.
The bottle.
All right, we're gonna skip. We're gonna skip to the trumpet part. Oh shit! Watch out, Sting! Watch out, Sting! This is your boy playing trumpet. I may have fucked up by telling you guys I used auto-tune on this because this shit sounds good. Alright. You can listen to that all day long. By the way, you will. Once you get it, just put that on. If it's raining, sit by a window and listen to that song all the way through. Enjoy a hot beverage. All right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more songs that are in the group, as they say. And which one should we go out on? Let's do this Mercedes song. We'll go out on that one. And I want to thank you guys for joining me here on the Song Club. As always, it's a pleasure. I'm glad to be back after having a month off. I'm sure you guys missed me. You can also check me out on my other podcast, I'm Okay, You're Okay, I'm Not Okay, You're Not Okay, with my friend Clint Wells. I think that's the one that most people listen to anyways. Oh, Bessie, you bitch. Check it out. Go to patreon.com, patreon.com/Bob Schneider. Get all these songs and a lot more. Not a lot more, just a little bit more. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all your support on Patreon. It really makes a big difference, and it allows me to continue to work and create all this beautiful magic for you motherfuckers. All right. Take care. We'll see you next month. Have a wonderful, spooky October. And here's Mercedes by Bob Schnids taking us out of the Song Club once again. Yeah. I wish I could say that was me playing trumpet, but that's actually a synthesizer.
I can see it in your eyes.
Oh, shit.
The world has let you down.
This is like 1990s for sure.
Away from your smile. 'Cause it's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Oh, the world's so crazy. You know, I've seen a lot of things. But I still don't know what most of it means. If you need a friend,
Yeah.
I'll be your friend. I'll take you all